Okay, before we start, I want to be very clear about one thing. We respect cats here. We do. They are mysterious, beautiful, completely unbothered creatures who could not care less what any of us think. And honestly, that is very cool of them. But today is not about cats. Today is about the other side. The side that has been waiting at the door for 6 hours just to see your face for 3 seconds. The side that has saved lives, comforted grieving strangers, and somehow convinced 65 million American households that they are absolutely essential to human survival. Today we are talking about dogs, and we are going to give you 10 reasons, backed by science, by history, and by something that goes much deeper than either of those things, why dogs are not just pets. They are something else entirely. Cat owners, stay with us, because by reason number 7, even you might be questioning your life choices. Number 1. Dogs actually choose you. Let's start with something that sounds simple, but is actually one of the most remarkable things in the animal kingdom. Dogs choose you. Not your food. Not your warm radiator. Not the fact that you accidentally left a tuna can open. You. Research from the Duke University Canine Cognition Center has shown that dogs are the only non-human species on Earth that instinctively looks to human faces for guidance, comfort, and emotional information. Wolves, the ancestors of dogs, do not do this. Chimpanzees, our closest genetic relatives, do not do this either. But dogs do. Every single time. They look at your face the way a child looks at a parent. For reassurance, for direction, for connection. That is not training. That is not habit. That is 10,000 years of evolution specifically wiring a species to choose human beings as their people. And every morning your dog wakes up and chooses you again. That is not nothing. That is everything. But choosing you is just the beginning. Because reason number 2 is where it gets personal and a little bit funny. Number 2, dogs are genuinely happy to see you. Every single time. You could leave the house for 8 hours. You could leave for 8 minutes. You could walk to the mailbox and come back. It does not matter. Your dog will greet you like you have just returned from a 2-year expedition to another planet. Full body wiggle. Spinning in circles. That little whimpering sound that says, "I cannot believe you are real and you are here." Now compare that to coming home to a cat. The cat glances at you from across the room, blinks once, goes back to sleep, and somehow that is fine and we have all just accepted it. Science actually has an explanation for the dog reaction. A 2016 study using brain imaging found that dogs release a significant burst of oxytocin, the bonding hormone, when they see their owners after even a short separation. Their brains literally light up. You are a neurological event to your dog. You are the highlight of their entire biological day. Try to think of the last time anyone was that genuinely happy to see you. Dogs do it every single day, without fail, without conditions, for free. And it is not just happiness. It goes deeper than that. Reason number 3 is where the science genuinely surprised us. Number 3, dogs can read your emotions. Here is something that sounds like it belongs in a science fiction film, but is completely real. Your dog knows how you feel, not in a vague, general sense. They know specifically. A landmark study published in the journal Current Biology found that dogs can distinguish between happy and angry human faces, even when they are only shown the top half of the face. They process human emotional expressions in the same part of the brain that humans use to process emotions. And it goes further. Research has shown that dogs respond to the emotional tone of human voices even in a language they have never heard before. Your dog does not need to understand your words. They understand you. When you are sad, your dog comes to you, not because they were trained to, but because their nervous system genuinely responds to your distress. A 2018 study found that dogs will actively try to break through barriers to reach a person they hear crying, significantly faster than they would for a person who is just humming. Your dog is not performing comfort. They are feeling it with you. Try getting that from a cat who is busy judging you silently from a bookshelf. Speaking of feeling things together, reason number 4 is something that might genuinely change how you think about your own health. Number 4, dogs make you physically healthier. This one is not a metaphor. Dog ownership has measurable, documented, peer-reviewed effects on your physical body. Dog owners have lower blood pressure, lower cholesterol, lower rates of cardiovascular disease. A study published in the journal Circulation found that dog owners had a 24% lower risk of dying from any cause compared to non-dog owners. A 24% lower risk of dying from anything, from simply having a dog. The American Heart Association has formally stated that owning a dog is likely associated with reduced cardiovascular risk. Part of this is the walking. Dog owners walk an average of 22 more minutes per day than non-dog owners. Over a year, that is nearly 134 hours of additional physical activity, just because your dog looked at you with those eyes and tilted their head. But it is also the stress reduction. Interacting with a dog lowers cortisol levels within minutes, not hours, minutes. Your body chemistry literally changes the moment your dog is near you. A cat sitting near you is lovely. A dog sitting near you is medicinal. And if the health benefits got you, wait until you hear what dogs are doing for people who need it most. Reason 5 is the one that usually makes people emotional. Number 5. Dogs save lives, literally. We are not speaking dramatically here. We mean this in the most literal way possible. Dogs have been trained to detect cancer, specifically lung cancer, breast cancer, and prostate cancer, with accuracy rates between 93 and 99%. They can smell changes in blood sugar levels and alert diabetic owners before a dangerous episode occurs. They guide the blind, assist wheelchair users, alert the deaf, interrupt panic attacks before they escalate, predict seizures before they happen, and have been documented pulling people from burning buildings, finding survivors after avalanches, and leading rescue teams to accident victims in conditions where no technology could function. Dogs serve in the military, in disaster zones, in hospitals, in schools where children are learning to read, in courtrooms where trauma survivors need support during testimony. There has never been, in the entire recorded history of human civilization, a cat that worked as a guide animal, an emotional support animal in a crisis zone, or a first responder. Not one. We are not saying cats are bad. We are saying that no other creature on Earth has chosen to partner with humans in the way dogs have, with their whole lives, their whole bodies, and everything they have. And speaking of partnership, reason 6 is the one dog owners feel every single day, but rarely have the words for. Number 6. Dogs make you feel less alone. Loneliness is one of the most serious health crises in the modern world. Researchers have compared the health impact of chronic loneliness to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. During the pandemic lockdowns, a study by Oliva and Johnston found that dog owners living alone reported significantly less loneliness than non-pet owners, specifically because of the constant physical presence, the routine, and the emotional responsiveness of their dogs. Your dog is always there. When you wake up, they are there. When you work from home in silence, they are there. When you have a bad day and do not want to talk about it, they are there. Not hovering, not demanding, just present, just warm, just breathing beside you in a way that tells your nervous system that you are not alone in the world. That kind of presence, consistent, non-judgmental, completely devoted, is genuinely rare in human relationships. And dogs give it freely, every day, to anyone who loves them. But presence is just one part of it. Because reason number 7 is where we settle the personality debate once and for all. Number 7. Dogs actually want to do things with you. Dogs are adventure partners, hiking partners, running partners, road trip companions. They will go anywhere you go and be fully committed to the experience. Not because they have to, but because being with you is the experience for them. Research on canine social behavior shows that dogs are fundamentally motivated by shared activity with their human. They do not just tolerate your presence. They are energized by it. They perform better, explore more confidently, and show measurably higher oxytocin levels during activities done with their owners compared to activities done alone. Your dog wants to go to the park with you, sit with you in the car while you run errands, lie on the floor next to you while you watch something boring on television. They are not merely coexisting in your space. They are choosing to share your life, moment by moment, activity by activity, because to a dog, a life lived with you is simply better than a life lived without you. A cat, meanwhile, will absolutely let you go on that hike alone and will feel nothing about your absence. Both are valid life choices, but only one of them will be at the window watching for you to come back. And now we are getting to the reasons that go beyond personality, because reasons 8, 9, and 10 are the ones that no one ever expects. Number 8. Dogs teach you how to love better. This one is harder to measure with a study, but it is real. People who grow up with dogs, or who bring a dog into their lives as adults, consistently report changes in how they relate to other people. More patience, more empathy, more willingness to be present, more comfort with physical affection. Caring for a dog requires you to pay attention to a creature who cannot use words. You have to read body language. You have to notice subtle changes in behavior. You have to show up every single day regardless of how you feel. And that daily discipline of showing up for something you love is one of the most transferable emotional skills a human being can develop. A study published in the journal Anthrozoos found that children raised with dogs showed significantly higher levels of empathy and pro-social behavior compared to children without pets. Dog ownership teaches us, quietly, consistently, through thousands of ordinary moments, what it looks like to love something unconditionally. And that lesson does not stay with the dog. It stays with you. Forever. 2 more to go. And reason 9 is one that the science community is genuinely still catching up with. Number 9. Dogs make you socially richer. Dogs are social currency. And we mean that in the best possible way. Study after study has shown that dog owners have larger, more active social networks than non-dog owners. Dog parks, walking routes, training classes, vet waiting rooms. These are places where strangers become neighbors, neighbors become friends, and sometimes friends become something more. Dogs create conversation. Dogs create community. Dogs create the kind of spontaneous human connection that modern life, with its screens and schedules and carefully maintained personal bubbles, has made increasingly rare. A 2015 study found that people walking with a dog received 3 times more social approaches from strangers than people walking alone. 3 times. Your dog is not just your companion. They are your social bridge to every other human being in your neighborhood. They make the world smaller and warmer in the most practical, everyday way possible. And no one, not one person in recorded history, has ever stopped a stranger on the street to talk about their cat. And finally, reason 10. We save the most important one for last. Because this one is not about what dogs do for you. It is about what they show you. Number 10. Dogs show you what it means to live fully in the present. Your dog does not worry about tomorrow. They do not replay yesterday. They are not calculating whether this moment is worth their emotional investment. Every walk is the best walk. Every meal is the best meal. Every time you sit down on the couch, they press against you like it is the first time and possibly the greatest thing that has ever happened to them. Scientists studying canine cognition describe this quality as one of the most psychologically distinctive things about dogs. They are not wired for rumination. They are wired for now. And when you live with a dog, when you watch them experience a Tuesday afternoon in the backyard as though it is the most miraculous Tuesday afternoon in the history of Tuesday afternoons, something happens to you. You start to slow down a little. You start to notice things. The way the light comes through the window at a certain hour. The fact that the grass is actually quite nice. The fact that right now, in this moment, you have food and warmth and a dog leaning against your leg. And maybe that is enough. Maybe that is actually quite a lot. Dogs do not teach this lesson with words. They teach it by example. Every single day, for their whole lives. And that lesson, that quiet, profound, completely free lesson about how to be alive, might be the greatest gift any creature has ever given to our species. And that is 10. If this made you look over at your dog right now, good. Give them something. A scratch behind the ear. A word. Anything. They have earned it 1,000 times over. Leave a like if you are a proud dog person. And if you are a cat person who made it all the way to the end, honestly, respect. Subscribe to PetZen for a new video every week. And drop a comment below telling me, what is the one thing your dog does that made you realize they were something special? I want to hear every single story. I will be reading them all. That's all for today on PetZen. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share and subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss our next upload.